GeorgE Carlin, welcome to Fresh Air.
Thanks, Terry.
Can you talk about what led to this routine? Like what you were thinking about, how you wrote it?
Well, I don't really know that there was a eureka moment or anything like that. What happened was I'd always held these attitudes. I've always been sort of anti-authoritarian, and I really don't like arbitrary rules and regulations that are essentially designed to get people in the habit of conforming and obeying authority blindly. So I have always resisted that in my life as a child, as an adolescent, and as a young adult. And so I held that attitude. That's the fertile ground for all of this. Secondly, I have a strong interest in language that is in part genetic and part then fostered by my mother. And I have always taken great joy in looking more closely at language. So those things were in place. On these other things, we get into the field of hypocrisy, where you really cannot pin down what these rules they want to enforce are. It's just impossible to say this is a blanket rule. You'll see some newspapers print F blank blank K. Some print F asterisk asterisk K. Some put F blank blank blank. Some put the word bleep. Some put expletive deleted. So there's no real consistent standard. It's not a science. It's a notion that they have, and it's superstitious. These words have no power. We give them this power by refusing to be free and easy with them. We give them great power over us. They really in themselves have no power. It's the rest of the sentence that makes them either good or bad.
In your 1972 recording, you talk about how it's perfectly okay to say, "Don't prick your finger." But you can't say, "Don't finger your blank."
Yeah, you can't reverse the two.
You can't reverse the two words. So comics work with the power of words. And in a way, the fact that certain words are supposed to be taboo, as you point out, that gives them power.
That's right.
And that makes those words more powerful for you when you want to use them. So do you feel like you've been able to work with the taboo nature of certain words and, make that work in your favor?
Well,
like in that classic routine.
Yeah, that is an interestingly disguised way, and I don't mean you were trying to deceive me or anything, but it's in a disguised way of saying, well, don't some people just use these for shock value? You get this phrase all the time from interviewers, shock value. Well, shock is a kind of a heightened form of surprise, and surprise is at the heart of comedy. So if you're using the word in a way to heighten the impact of the sentence or season the stew, they are, after all, great seasonings. There are sentences that, without the use of hell or damn even, lose all their impact. So they have a proper place in language, and in my case, I just like them because they are real and they do have impact. They do make a difference in a sentence. But if you're using them for their own sake, that's probably kind of weak. If you're using them in some way that you feel enhances what you're doing and delivering, that's another thing.